So the Murals of Las Cruces project started off in a seminar class, a public seminar class in 2015 when I was a grad student at New Mexico State University. Mine was to initially just document all the work progress administration murals in Las Cruces and see what history they said about our community. As a Mexican, as an immigrant, my story is not necessarily told. There are murals that do tell that story, they're just hidden or they're not recorded in any way. Documenting just the WPA murals turned into documenting everything, including graffiti and sign painting, because I found value in that as well. Following that class, I was able to get the professor that taught that class, Dr. Cup, a former city council member, Miguel Silva, local artist, Saba, Meg Fryermuth, and other professors, other community members to go out there with me and document everything that was in Las Cruces. And there's some obscure murals that I have found on Picacho Street in Las Cruces. Those are just so well hidden and kind of respected by the community that it's just kind of a staple. There was one mural in the old Dolores Huerta Academy. It was an image of Dolores Huerta with like an Aztec dancer on one side and some other imagery on another pillar. And that was one of the oldest Chicano style murals that we had in Las Cruces, and that one got painted over, which was unfortunate. One mural that was painted during a graffiti event that happens every year in Las Cruces is depiction of the Kardashian sisters as young girls, and they were supposed to represent the three sister plants, corn, squash, and beans, before GMO, before the Kardashian sisters got, modifications in their bodies. I felt like half of Las Cruces hated it and the other half loved the message. But, just a mural like that caused so much conversation in our community, and I was like, wow, the power of a mural and public art and like bringing people together, even though they disagreed, like just to discuss one thing. I was like, oh, it clicked how powerful public art can really be. The Murals of Las Cruces project, I really felt like it was for the community, by the community. It's an ephemeral project. Murals get painted over and then new ones come up. It was just me for a while documenting and keeping up with everything, which is really interesting. So where it started, it kind of ended. So Murals of Las Cruces transformed into Murales Fronterizos because of the nature of the area. A lot of the artists are from Las Cruces and El Paso. They'll work in Las Cruces but live in El Paso, or vice versa. Or they are transfronterizos, people that cross the border every day to come to work. So I think it's just the nature of our geography, and realizing that some of the artists that paint in Las Cruces also paint in El Paso and Juarez. The murals in the area are unique because we are from the border and they have a certain message. And so I think it's worthwhile documenting all of it in that area. No border, just Las Cruces, El Paso, and Juarez. I've been working with the project with the Borderlands and Ethnic Studies Department, also known as BEST. They have a project called Borderlands Mural Project, where they have painted 3 murals at New Mexico State University so far. The most recent one, titled Homecoming, referencing the homecoming that the students have, focused on those erased histories that aren't taught in school. So the mural is huge. It's at O'Donnell Hall, which is a multiple story building. So we painted part of the second floor. We depict 3 movements of history: the Pueblo Revolt, the Mexican defection with the Treaty of Guadalupe, the Black Migration West, and we have a white sand scene. So we talk about those 3 movements of how people were moving in and out of the area and somehow ended up here in the borderland, right? Because of, either racism or the end of the war with like the Treaty of Guadalupe or the Pueblo Revolt. Then we have a larger mural where we have a scene of a bunch of people coming together, the homecoming. Everyone's just coming to this one area. The point is to talk about those histories that are not talked about in a different way through public art. because they're not necessarily taught in school. I think it goes back to, who controls history and the narrative. Public art is very important because even though we don't think about it, that they're really telling about our history, our community. So it's important to have everyone's input in there and see what stays up and what doesn't stay up and question it.